What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Bigs vs. Bigs. Today here with us, this weird, strange-looking guy next to me. Don't worry about him. But really, we're paying attention to my main man right here, Philip Michael, financial advisor, real estate mogul,
sex symbol.
And if I keep going, we'll be here all day.
And boxing, listen, and boxing analyst, one of the most brilliant boxing minds in the world, has done some of the most amazing interviews. You guys got to check him out, man.
What don't you do?
Yeah, what don't
you know what I'm saying? Maybe that'd be a better introduction.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Very happy to have you on here again. It's actually a second time.
Happy to be here.
Yeah,
right?
It's second time.
One more time would be third time's a charm.
Right.
Let's get right into it.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about boxing today. We're talking about boxing today. Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia is the talk of the town in the boxing world. Can we have your take on that? What did you think beforehand? What did you think after watching the fight?
Well, a couple observations. My first thought was that I was shocked he took the fight because he had the Rolly fight on the table.
Right.
It was an easy matchup, and I can't quite figure out the guy. Is he crazy? Is he playing? Is he trolling? It seemed to me he was trying to line up excuses, was going to lose, was going to claim he was drained or some silliness.
Yeah.
And then somewhere along the fight, he realized he could win. So that's what that was to me. I just don't understand it. I think because they have a history, because Devin Haney is supposed to be way better. And beat this guy easily. And I just didn't understand it's because of the history maybe that he didn't just steamroll him. And it's still weird to me, and there's all this stuff around it. But it did a great job promoting it. Those are my thoughts.
It was awesome promotion. Probably the best promotion job ever done in any fight because nobody cared. As respectfully as I can put it, I didn't care.
Right.
And we have a boxing podcast. But once all the weird cryptic messages came out, once all the really flamboyant, extravagant posts.
Right.
He was talking about he was being touched by people and stuff like this.
All sorts of things, his past and all sorts of things came out. Then I was like, wait, I might got to pay attention to it. Yeah. Actually, initially, it disinterested me more.
Right.
I was like, oh, nah, I really don't want to watch it. But right about when they were about to fight, I was like,
you got it.
What's going to happen here? Then I heard about the weigh-in. I said, oh, he came in overweight. That could either mean.
That's when I knew it was a fight, gentlemen.
Yeah.
When he came in overweight, I said, this guy is he's a smart dude. And that's when I said, Ryan, I know you're planning to really go out there and do your thing.
Right.
Wow. You got to explain that to people.
Because 3 pounds doesn't seem like a lot. People, when they hear 3 pounds, is that a big deal? Why is that a big deal?
Those last 3 are usually so this is what a lot of fighters doing. I don't do this. A lot of fighters are getting down to about 10 pounds close to weight. 2 days before they get to like 5 pounds.
5 pounds above the weigh-in weight.
Above the weigh-in weight. So let's say you're about 145, right? A lot of fighters are going to a hotel room, putting it on 100 degrees, slapping baby oil on their body, and laying down with hot towels on their body.
In the tub
for about a couple hours.
Did you say Did you say the hotel room was hot?
Hotel room's 100 and some pounds.
What are they doing this for?
Yeah, they lose the weight. They can't lose the weight anymore.
Sounds like a party.
A party.
Yeah, exactly.
They do that in order to lose the weight.
Yeah.
And I think Ryan said, you know what? I'm not doing that to lose the weight.
Right.
I'm gonna just get down to 3. He had my man Scooter helping him. Scooter is a great strength and conditioning coach. Shout out to Scooter. And, he just said, nah, I'm going to feel strong for this fight. This is my legacy-defining fight. And he went in there. He was able to catch him early, and I think that Devin just couldn't adjust. Devin has a great boxing IQ. And I just feel like Devin knew that Ryan had a great left hook, but he didn't plan for the variations of how he uses the hook and identifying the setups for that left hook.
But remember we talked about this months ago. I said this guy has no setups. So when you said he actually does have setups, and I'm like, I don't see them. So what was the setup that he did?
The setups his first indicator was, I'm not going to use my jab.
Right.
Devin will out-jab me. Devin will be able to find my timing with the jab.
Right.
The second setup was, I'm extend my arm, lean back. When you throw your right hand, I'm going to come over top with my left hook. The third setup was the extension, halfway pull back, left hook off of that. So those were his major setups of how he set that left hook up. Fourth setup. Go ahead.
Straight right hand first, lead right hand. But it's not really the objective to land the right hand. It's just to get your opponent to lower their guard and possibly try to counterpunch, and then in comes left hook.
Isn't that dangerous though? If he just throws a lead right hand and leaves himself out to dry like that.
But that's why it's amazing bait.
Yeah.
Because your opponent knows it's dangerous. See, you have a high, so that's why it's good bait. 'Cause they'll bite on it, open up, and get hit with the left
His
hook.
is
Like
going to
that phone
get there
call, huh?
faster.
Good bait.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His is going to get there faster. And Ryan betted on mine will get there faster and mine will hurt you more. I think the big difference is that we went to seeing a different Devin Haney, right? I noticed that with the Regis Prograis fight, Devin Haney was using slight movements, and it started with the Lomachenko fight. Slight movements, slight movements, slight movements.
He started to stay there more with his
Stay
opponents.
there more opponents, try to hurt them more with the right hand, try to walk them back with the jab, drain their stamina. And it started with Lomachenko.
That's Haney now.
That's Haney now.
That's his strategy. Okay.
Haney made a change in the way that he approached fights, and him being more of a stationary target is not the Haney that fought Linares, not the Haney that fight Jojo Diaz. This is a new Haney who's trying to be more of a power puncher, and he's actually more susceptible to punches, and he's relying more on upper waist movement.
Okay.
And Ryan was able to take advantage of that.
Interesting. But how significant was that left hook that he landed?
The
Did
first
that
take
take him out of the game plan completely? Because it
Completely.
looked like it just
I don't
rattled
think
his
he-
whole thing. Kind of like when
Exactly.
AJ got buzzed by Ruiz, like one punch.
Very
everything-
similar.
Yeah.
Very similar. But if I'm not mistaken, wasn't that like the first thing that happened in the fight?
Yeah, for left hook was the first thing that
It
happened.
came out first 5 seconds. But it's smart, right? Because there's a great fighter named Shinar Bunch. He's a welterweight, and I watched one of his fights. I'm getting right back to this. Watched one of his fights, and he came out first round,
Scrappy.
and he slipped to his right and threw a right uppercut when his opponent threw a jab.
Okay.
First few seconds of the fight, knocks guy out cold.
What?
I asked
Yeah.
him, I'm watching the fight, I'm like, yo, Scrap, why did you do that?
Right.
He said, bro, think about it. I go in there first round. I throw a jab, what's the opponent going to do?
Jab.
I'm like, he's going to throw a jab. He
Yeah.
said, exactly. So he threw a jab, which was a bait. His opponent threw a jab, slipped it, no one was coming, threw it right uppercut, knocked him out. Same exact thing Ryan Garcia did to Devin Haney.
And what was
He
the setup
knows-
for the first left hook? Did he
That-
just go slap him with his fist?
He held his jab out,
Uh-huh.
but it wasn't a real jab.
Right.
It was bait. Jab, and Devin Haney has like the best jab. So
Right.
you know he's going to throw an assertive jab. And he did just that. Bow, left hook.
So
and it took so much confidence away from him because if someone does that to your best punch, what else do you got?
And he took away Devin's jab.
Right.
So I'm a jab, I'm gonna hold it out. You're gonna jab. I'm gonna throw a left hook when you throw your jab.
Right.
Your hand is down. You don't even realize it because you've been throwing your jab this way for such a long time.
Right.
So you start to identify every time you like, damn, every time I jab, he hits me with a left hook.
Right. Right.
So he caught the timing of it early on and took away one of his best weapons. So these guys have so much amateur fights, fortunately so many times. Ryan is actually a boxing genius. Ryan has figured out, I can do this. Remember early on in his career,
This
I
is
can
what
do
he
this,
does.
lean back, and a guy will punch.
Waste
I'm
himself.
cool. He'll waste himself. I hit him with a left hook. It's awkward as heck. It's like I told you, like Deontay Wilder is a boxing genius.
For sure.
Yeah, but
How
there,
so? I got here to.
I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
Hot take. Tell him. Come on, Just.
Deontay said, you know what? I don't need to. I have such a great time on my right hand. I just have to have a jab that can measure you, and I'm going to land this right hand. And he lands it at split seconds, and he's mastered this tool to where he's like, I don't need the other things, right? And it's really brilliant. It's just he just beats you with amazing timing, God-gifted right hand, right? It's like, I always compare guys like Deontay Wilder to, you ever watch Drumline?
No, what's that?
Drumlines is a movie where a young Nick Cannon goes to college and he learns to, and he makes the,
That's the punchline.
he learns to play the drum. He's like the best drummer. But then one day they discover that young Nick Cannon does not know how to read music. Oh no! And they want to take away his scholarship.
Yeah.
But Nick Cannon people learn to love Nick Cannon. I can't remember if he knows how to read music or not.
It's not about Nick
It's
Cannon.
about literacy.
It's about
But
Deontay
anyway,
Wilder, right?
you're like, oh, you can't read music. Ill. People look down on him. But you got to realize, dang, he's like, listen, I can't read music, but I could just listen to it and learn it. And that's how Nick Cannon was. So really, in reality, dang, if you can't even read, but you're able to do music from just listening to it, you're kind of a genius.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Deontay Wilder.
Okay.
analogy.
Yeah.
So he can't read boxing, but I don't get it.
Fundamentally, he's like, not the best.
Right.
But he just works all day on that right
He
hand.
skipped
Yeah,
grades.
that's true.
He
Yeah,
skipped
yeah,
grades.
I get what
he
you
skipped
mean.
grades.
Well, he's been trying to be a boxer lately.
And that might be messing him up.
Didn't he call out Anthony Joshua recently? I heard about that. You guys didn't hear about that? He just recently called out Anthony Joshua for a fight.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, he'll beat Joshua, I think. If he doesn't break his legs, he'll beat Joshua.
At this moment, I kind of feel like Anthony Joshua. This is the dream fight that should have happened and never happened.
Yeah, it's actually very ugly
It's
now.
upsetting. But I think at this time, Anthony Joshua is confident.
Yeah.
He's really confident, man.
Yeah, but he can lose that quickly. The guy's kind of fragile.
One right hand, you think it might?
A few right hands, and then he starts to do that little trip. The next thing you know, he's running.
AJ,
How are you that big and jacked and you're
AJ
running for your life? I don't understand.
I think that Deontay Wilder has sized out. Like Mike
You think
Tyson.
so?
Yeah, I think Mike Tyson started losing fights because he was actually too small. He was only like 200 and something. He was
He's
I
like
think
220.
220, right? But he
5'11".
was only my height.
5'10",
He was fighting
5'11".
guys that were 6'7",
Yeah.
6'4".
Yeah.
I think that Deontay Wilder's only walking around, man, 217. Anthony Joshua is like 200 and what, 50 pounds.
But you gotta look at him. He's like 6'7". It's also because of his lower body. Because his
Yeah.
upper body is normal size. His lower body
Yeah.
is
Very
just like,
thin.
I don't know what to say. So I think his weight is kind of misleading in that way because of his lower
Exactly.
body. If he had normal legs, he would be 240.
Exactly.
Easy.
But remember, he has that kind of gallop right hand. Boom, he's punching through everything.
His back is crazy. It's like
now
the way he
now
transfers
that-
energy.
Exactly. Now that he's not as athletic, I don't think he can get to land those shots that he would land on AJ a couple years ago. I think AJ has successfully avoided a fighter to where it's not any more risk, and
All
now
the
he's
reward.
going to go reap the rewards of it eventually.
All right. Well, that's a maybe fight. And here's
Yeah.
a fight that's coming up June 15th. Gervonta Tank Davis versus Frank Martin. I'm
Okay.
actually excited
Oh,
for this
goody.
fight. This is a boxing purist fight. This is going to be a hard fight.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Hell
Absolutely. Do not take Frank the Ghost Martin for a joke. He is
He's
strong.
a hell of a fighter.
He's sharp. His fundamentals are good.
Yeah.
And he has a hell of a left hand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was he southpaw?
Southpaw.
Okay.
He don't even know the guy. Look, he knows every fight. He ain't paying attention to Frank.
No, but this guy's
You know
up and
what Tank
coming.
do.
I didn't. Did he get the fight a little early? It
Yeah.
seems like they're
yeah.
in a group chat together, and Errol Spence, can you fight my friend? Yeah, sure, why not? It's what it seems like to me.
It does kind of feel like that.
And then they're pretending to be
So-
bickering, and then he shows, hey, remember when I kicked your ass? Yeah, look at that. I saw that.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I'm disinterested.
I heard they spar before. So Chris, are you saying that there's gonna be a Frank lodged in the tank? Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm saying that with him for
Frank
surprise.
Martin, Jay. It's Frank Martin versus Gervonta Tank Davis. He says there's gonna be a Frank in the tank.
I mean,
I'm not even sure what that means.
Look,
but it sounds like.
here's the deal.
Good?
Here's what I see.
That sounds good to you?
I mean, it sounds good on the microphone. I don't know what you mean by that, but it's weird.
I think
strange.
Tank will stop him.
Huh?
Tank will stop him. His whole thing is that he's composed with a big crowd and all this other stuff. He's pretty smart. He knows what to do, and he's gonna find a way to beat the guy because of his
I think-
lack of experience.
I think dangerous early on, but I also think they sparred and Frank said he hurt him. And then
Yeah, but not with a bunch of people and lights like this and stuff.
yeah, it's different. And I think
It's just
also
when your friends are around the ring, you feel comfortable.
Right.
Right here, you might have a girl that you're trying to impress, and here comes Tank, and he has 5 girls, and then next thing you know, you're feeling less than him, and he hits you in the face, and you're thinking too much.
Exactly.
And, hey, come on.
Yeah, now you want to kill a guy, and then
Yeah,
you run into a bad shot.
Just like Rolly, he ran
true.
into.
Rolly and Ryan Garcia.
And did you see how he twisted his legs on the way down? That was pretty embarrassing. Shit.
Did you see Pitbull Cruz versus Rolly?
No, I didn't see it. I couldn't find the
you-
highlights. I couldn't find the video. I couldn't find anything.
Really?
I was in
Wow.
Europe at the time.
We
Yeah.
gotta send that to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a demolition.
yeah,
derby.
man.
That was a bad one. That was a bad one. Rolly, probably he has to do a rebuild. Rolly needs a real good rebuild right about now.
Yeah.
Stop throwing the uppercut from the outside, man.
like a
He was supposed to be on here, so now I'm gonna be a little harder on him. He said he had some things. Anyway, stop throwing the uppercut from the outside. Rolly.
Dangerous.
So you was gonna help him if he came on the show?
I was totally gonna help him. That was it.
You know
Rolly?
who threw an uppercut from the outside and won? Tyson Fury, who's fighting this weekend.
When he,
Oh,
Remember when
on
he fought White?
Dylan White?
Hit him
yeah,
with an
that-
uppercut
that
and then
was-
pushed him, and the guy hit
But
his
he
head.
hit it very well, didn't he? Or am I just?
I don't know. I just
I
saw.
think he threw something and then bop.
That guy.
If you do the uppercut, you gotta hide it. Rolly's is kind of doing stuff like 1, 2, 3, uppercut.
Right.
It's like, nah, man.
And he goes left hook.
Pitbull's a hooker.
Can they give Rolly a break though?
No.
Like how many punches is Rolly gonna fight consecutively? Like first it was Tank, then it was that 40-year-old guy that hit really hard.
Barroso.
And now it's like
don't do that. That's Barroso.
Barroso.
Say his name with some. Yeah,
he didn't look.
Barroso.
He didn't look 40 to
That's
me.
old man Barroso. He's getting off.
But Barroso, you know how they say, you know, we as black guys, from the mud. I came from nothing. Barroso, when I knew it was a real fight, I said, then who is this older guy, right? You know, like I was like, dang man, like all I could hear is the Life Alert commercial.
Grandpa
You know? But every senior citizen should have Life Alert. I said, Rolly gonna kill this guy. But then, they said Barroso, the cartel killed his wife, man. And
Holy shit!
And he was at the weigh-in crying. He's like, yo, my wife.
Wait, right before the fight?
Yes, not that fight. It was another fight. And then he fought and knocked the guy out. I said, Barroso's gorilla-fied.
Yeah.
Barroso is a gorilla. You know what kind of, like, bro.
But what is he gonna do? Like, of course he's gonna beat his ass.
Like, this guy is, like what can you
He's
do to
angry.
him? He's like, yo, you killed the cartel, the Venezuelan cartel.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
That's a tough. Give Rollies a break, y'all.
I never heard of that kind of grit. That's a different type of grit. Like, how do you?
Gorilla-fication.
Yeah, that's some different stuff. Cause me, I'm like, yeah, I might gotta postpone this one guy's.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta think of this too. How's her family gonna feel? Like you just like.
Well, they're expecting a paycheck, him to come home and console them with some money.
Yeah, she want me to be champion, I guess. But
Yeah.
you know, it's like, it's.
Also, there's so many questions there. Like, how did that happen? Like, how the heck did your wife get? All right. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, move on. Y'all trying to get me canceled. Just move on. We got more for today. Y'all see. I see.
But wait, why are we not talking about Fury and Usyk?
Let's
What's
talk about
gonna
Fury
happen?
Usyk, Philip.
Because we don't want to talk about that. Be
Why?
real, Philip.
Why not?
You care about that fight?
I actually do.
Okay, tell me why.
Okay, number one is first time we're gonna have a undisputed heavyweight champion since 1999, of course,
Yeah.
and Tyson Fury because he's like big and massive and he boxes like a middleweight when he wants to, and he's real slick when he wants to be.
True.
And Usyk is, and plus they've been hyping it so long, they've been talking about it so long.
They have.
Also, another thing on a different type of level is that what I really admire when I see high level athletes is some of the mental preparation and the mental reps, and he does a lot of visualization. And he
Usyk?
was he did an interview. He was telling his whole story from how he was able to stay hungry, even as he would win a European Championship, World Championship, Olympics, then cruiserweight belt, then unified, and undisputed, and then
heavyweight, yeah.
continue. And he's like how he deals with. He was talking about how he deals with self-talk and stays motivated, and how he stops from being, satisfied with himself, and how he visualizes the whole thing, like law of attraction shit.
Yeah.
And I listened to him, like, all right, this guy he's got some shit. I sent it to my brother over in Europe. I was like, yo, he's on that shit, because he was talking about how he would visualize the whole thing, and
The whole
even in
fight,
his
right.
poor English.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see how his story matches up with Tyson Fury's,
What's gonna
because I feel as though I like to break down when I see any type of person that has success, like where they're at in their trajectory. When did their miracle happen for them?
Yeah.
So if you remember, Muhammad Ali's miracle in his career wasn't that he won the championship. It was when he was stripped and he came back and beat Foreman.
Right.
Foreman thought his
Right,
miracle
right.
has happened. I'm the beast, but no, he's not. His came 20 years later.
Wait a
we all have that moment.
true.
So I'm curious if Tyson Fury's had his, and if this is
Deontay Wilder,
Usyk's.
no? Was that not his
Well,
miracle
yeah,
moment?
and that's what I'm saying. What
Or
about this?
Klitschko?
Which is why I think could
Oh,
he
I get what
lose
you're
to
saying.
Usyk?
Right, I get
So
what
I'm
you're
just
saying.
thinking on a metaphysical
Right.
level, but that's because if you just look at it just from a strictly physics, he should beat him up, and I'm curious to see how he steamrolls him. But I don't know.
I'm the most shocking thing you said to me is that you heard Usyk talk for a long time.
Right.
He doesn't talk.
He doesn't, but
So I'm
yeah.
so surprised that you know.
No, in fact, when I saw it today, I'm like, oh shit. Because before I just thought he was him and Lomachenko, just some cute guys and like cute boxers that not cute like they're cute. Like,
Yeah.
I'm talking about like cute
I
style,
know
right?
what you
Yeah,
mean.
that type of thing.
I thought they just giggle all day together.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that they have this like they gas each other up
Yeah.
and
Right. They
and
have
try
a
to outdo
great
each other, and they're really
relationship,
high level that way. But
Yeah.
I don't. He doesn't look like he can take it to the body. And
No,
Fury
no.
is a badass if he
Well,
wants to
probably
be.
not by these heavyweights. Too,
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, because he's not a natural heavyweight.
Yeah, but why don't you guys care? It's like first time in
So I'm
25
gonna
years.
tell you why I don't care.
Him first, then me.
And I think of Loma and Usyk. It's like Luka and Jokic.
Who are they? What is this?
The basketball players like Luka
players,
Doncic and
guys.
Jokic.
Oh,
just like
right, okay.
In America,
Yeah.
doing doing the European
Outdoing
stuff.
Americans.
You
Right,
know,
yeah,
like
right.
just doing their thing on the Americans. You
Right,
know,
right,
giggling to each other.
Yeah.
But I don't care. This is why I don't care. When I saw my man Tyson Fury fight the African guy
Francis?
in Ghana, yeah, I was like, yeah, let's put a whooping on him. And I'm Black Power, but I didn't like that the MMA guy come and beat the boxer.
Right.
When I saw him hit Fury in the head, hit the ground like that, I was like, whoa. And then like Fury was having a real tough time. His eyes was blinking like this and everything. I kind of was like, then afterwards, I was like, yeah, Fury didn't train. He probably was just smoking with the cigarettes, having a fun time, right? So then got to beat up an old Dassar.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
he was like, literally in the interview, he was like, I did everything right. I trained hard. And the guy just really, and at that moment, I said, oh no.
Oh, he said he trained hard?
He said he trained really hard.
I don't buy it.
I don't believe that.
I
for a
said he
second.
lost it. I said, yo,
I don't believe that he trained hard for a second.
I looked in his eyes. It's always in the eyes, Chico. I looked in his eyes. In his eyes, I saw that he's telling the truth. And I was wanting him to whoop Usyk because I don't like watching Usyk really fight.
Right.
I like when I'm about to fight, I watch Usyk fight so I can learn how to box.
Right.
But I don't like watching Usyk fight for entertainment, right?
No.
I know he's really great. I just don't like to see it.
Right.
And I
don't like him either. Just for the
yeah,
record.
that's what I'm saying. So I wanted to see Fury beat him up, but I'm having a feeling he's gonna beat Fury up. And
You
I
think
don't
he's
wanna
gonna
see
beat
it.
Fury?
I feel
How
it's gonna,
would that look?
I feel it's gonna be sloppy and ugly. You saw when Klitschko fought Tyson Fury?
Yes.
It'll be that.
Okay.
Ugly.
Man.
Okay.
Oh,
Ugly.
man.
That's a great reason because Lomachenko and Usyk both frustrate people to quitting or to just giving up.
Oh, Tyson Fury not gonna quit.
I
do
think
not see
I don't
that.
think he's built like that.
No.
But it doesn't make for an interesting fight. It makes
Right.
for a chess match in which no one probably really gets that hurt.
Yeah, like
You think so?
Yeah, and it's going 12 rounds, man. Like I don't see Tyson is not a knockout guy, and Usyk is defensive as all is.
Yeah.
His
Right.
footwork, honestly, his footwork incredible.
Yeah.
His footwork incredible. His accuracy, awesome. Angles, perfect.
But you know
So
what? Yeah.
it doesn't make for like I'd rather see. Okay, put it this way, Anthony Joshua's a knockout guy,
Yeah.
and both of those fights were boring.
yeah.
That's what I'm talking about with these
Yeah.
guys. I feel like it just makes for a horrible fight.
It's a bad matchup.
I don't even know who outside of you who's interested. I don't even know who else who wants to watch that.
No, I just
Get
wanna see what
AJ
happens.
still to this day. Get Anthony Joshua and get Deion. You hear me, Riyadh? Make it happen, man.
Yeah.
Riyadh, because y'all just throwing out all the money. Get AJ his 2 Ferraris like Tank wanted, and make that fight happen. Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, finally.
Right.
The Wilder lost to Parker, man. It's hard to make
But he's
that
fighting
happen.
the Chinese dude though, no?
Yeah. Let's talk about
Zhao
that.
Zhang?
Yeah. Oh, I know what's gonna happen
Saudi's
there.
throwing
I already
money
know.
around like Saudi done got Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn's too happy.
Wait.
Right.
So what did you say? Who's fighting now?
So they
He's
doing
fighting this
some.
guy Zhang.
Deontay Wilder, right?
Yeah, so
right,
Deontay,
right.
so Eddie Hearns and Frank Warren is doing like some Mortal Kombat tournament.
Yeah.
They just grabbing 5 fighters and
Right,
having them
right,
fight.
right.
Like what in the
Kombat.
like
Street
they doing
Fighter,
the
yeah.
Cell games or something. Like, they're doing some Dragon Ball Z, Street Fighter type. Yo,
Right.
5 guys, 5 5 of my slaves, 5 years. Like what? Whoa, what
That
is
last card was good though. Who was the headline? I don't remember. But
was
the Big
it?
Baby Miller and Du Bois.
That was cards is good. Them Saudi cards is good.
I
Who was,
think it was
who was the headline? on that
AJ and Francis.
one? Was it that one?
I think so.
I don't think it was that one.
The only thing I don't like
just
about
feel like it wasn't.
You know the only thing I don't like about the Saudi cards? Jay, I want you to answer this question for me. JJ's taking selfies. Jay, why every
As you should.
why every time I watch a live event and it's in Saudi or another country, why the TV always look a little fuzzy? It's never crisp,
I don't know.
right?
It's coming from far away over like.
That matters. The Wi-Fi won't hit.
Wi-Fi. Yeah, it's a pretty far. Like that's not an easy thing to do actually.
So that matters.
I completely disagree because their shows are flawless. I love their
It's
shows.
not crispy like that. You ever notice, Chris? You watch something like, they're definitely in another country. This is definitely Colombia. It's never crispy.
It's tough to do, man.
You got. I gotta talk. You gotta do it because your stuff be crispy.
Nah, yeah, I'll be looking at a lot of big shows. Like, damn, I could have did that.
Like, why do I have to know it's overseas? Like, why? Like, so that's my only problem with the Saudi cards. right?
The fuzziness.
The fuzziness. But that 5-on-5 is disrespectful to just have Deontay Wilder on there fighting Zhang like
He
he's
does
just
not
some,
care.
He's a
He does
big
not
time
care
fighter.
about disrespect. He's getting paid big bucks.
Big money.
I'm
Did
not.
you see the last fight? He had no care in the world.
Yeah.
How
That
you gonna
was
let-
a bad. But Joseph Parker.
Yeah,
That just
and he's trying to
was-
dance around. He's listening. Let
Yeah.
me not say. Seems as though Malik Scott is teaching him more than he needs to know.
Yeah.
Right?
You gotta learn.
If
land
you're the
that right
best
hand.
guy with a best, I don't know, carpenter, you go with the hammer. You use the damn hammer.
Using hammer.
What do you think about this?
Don't pick up the saw. Use the
Right,
hammer.
right. It's not for you, my friend. It's not for you.
What do y'all think about this fight coming up? This Saudi card, Terence Crawford versus Madrimov.
I don't like
Why
it at
hasn't
all.
he fought? I get the sense after they saw him beat up Errol Spence, nobody wanted to fight him. I got the sense that is that. Do you think that's what it is? They had to get some. They have to dig out some Russian.
I would like to see him fight Canelo. They're about the same height, difference in size, but they're about the same height.
Do you think he can stand up to those punches?
Of Canelo?
Yeah.
Yes.
You
I
think
think
so?
he'll beat.
Absolutely.
I think he'll beat Canelo up bad.
3 weight classes though.
He'll
Yeah.
beat Canelo up
Yeah.
bad.
You saw what Floyd did to him. Don't forget
Yeah,
that. happened.
but it was a 3 weight classes.
It was 12 years ago, but
Right.
I think he'll mess. Canelo is like, he's a live dog, man. That Terrence is just too good for him. I feel like he really
But
beats
can
the
he
break.
hurt Canelo?
yes.
Yeah,
No one has hurt Canelo.
Floyd was hurting him,
You're right. But he could
was
do it.
irritating him.
but he's knocked out the last. His power is ridiculous.
Yo, since he got the welterweight, he stopped everybody.
8
every
fights
single
straight.
person.
Everybody.
Hall
Shout
of
out
Fame
to you.
names. He stopped
Goat
Everybody.
Bud. That's what we call him. Goat Bud. That
Goat.
man is.
In this show, we call him Goat Bud.
Yeah.
So that's why I can't deny him versus
Goat
even a Canelo.
Bud.
It's like he's done so many. Who thought?
But I kind of think he can do it. But I'm like 3 weight classes.
If you
That's
heard
crazy.
that Canelo and Terence Crawford sparred in the gym,
Yeah.
and Terence Crawford beat the crap out of Canelo, he got out the ring. Would you be surprised?
No, but there's also headgear and 16-ounce gloves.
So without headgear.
and no meats and stuff.
Floyd beat him up and had him.
Yo, he
scared.
got way better since then.
No, he hasn't.
I don't think
he
he
just
has.
fought. He just fought
Yeah.
slower guys. They just older
But
Yeah,
guys.
he's
the head
gotten better.
movement, yeah.
He's gotten better.
And he's changed his style up so he doesn't fatigue. He added movement. He's added like he can come forward and beat your ass.
If Floyd fought Canelo Alvarez
Now,
and say we froze his age and he was like 36 back then,
yeah.
which back then that was old for a fighter.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
That was old for a fighter. And he fought a 33-year-old Canelo today. The same thing will happen, if not worse.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Any point in
Yep.
time when they fought each other, bro, I just feel like Floyd beats him.
Why
and-
do you think that fight never happened again? You know what I'm saying? It could have happened 3 years later, 2 years later.
They were talking about it at one point for the middleweight belt. I
Canelo
think.
didn't want that smoke.
Did Floyd want that?
I think he did. He said, Floyd said, I could have stopped him. My elbow just started hurting.
It was
I coulda
easy,
stopped
man. It
him.
was very. It was like, it was
It did
very,
look
it was-
easy.
It was very, very easy.
Yeah.
But I think on this Saudi card, they threw a lot of good fights on. They have
Who they got?
Rayo versus Pitbull.
That's a great
Is that the
fight.
guy
I
from
can
Street
never-
Fighter?
That's the guy that knocked out Little B-Hop.
Oh.
Christopher Colbert. The guy knocked Christopher Colbert.
Oh, he just lost? When did he lose?
No, he won. He knocked out Christopher Colbert.
That's what I'm saying. Lil B-Hop. What
Oh,
happened
he
to him?
lost.
Yeah, yeah, he lost.
Isn't he from your gym?
Yeah, I know him.
Right,
I know
right,
him. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
From the area,
I
from
know him
Brooklyn.
Right,
from the
right.
area. Yeah, no.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
Good fight. Good fighter, but that was a crazy knockout. Dang, I just can't get that out of my head. Yeah, so he's fighting Pitbull. Venezuela's the guy's name. And Tszyu is fighting Virgil Ortiz.
So Ortiz is moving up.
Ortiz is moving up to fight Tszyu.
I think Virgil Ortiz is done.
Why is that?
Done. Remember, he's coming off that layoff he had because of, I guess it was his protein was like some weird disorder he had, and he's doing better now. And he's had 2 fights since then. I just don't see the same Ortiz.
He doesn't have his protein drinks. So and now he's slipping.
He has some disorder.
Does he work with Conte?
I don't know who he works with.
Oh.
All I know is that whatever he got, whatever the injuries he had were definitely related to abuse of certain things.
I might be
see.
going to Virgil. I might be going with Virgil on this one because I heard this is what changed my mind. I thought,
Right.
yo, Tim gonna get him, but then I heard that his dad was like, yo, I got a call to fight Tszyu. I went in the room. Virgil was on the game. I said, do you want to fight Tszyu? He was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Went back on the game. I said, oh, this boy's ready. He's gorilla-fied. I'm kind of going with Virgil on this one. Virgil
Well,
has
I
18 fights, 18 knockouts.
Oh.
What does that mean?
I think he's gonna put hands on
He
Tim.
fought Frederick Lawson and he fought Thomas Delorme.
Before his body of work. I think they're about even. That fight might
No,
steal
they're
the
not.
show.
No, they're not about even. Tim Tszyu fought Terrell Garcia. What are you talking about?
Okay.
He fought Brian Mendoza after he knocked out Fundora. He just fought Fundora with a freaking gash in his head for 12 rounds. How
Chris.
is that the same
And he
level
lost.
of competition?
Chris, I think that's an even
He
fight.
barely.
Chris.
I really didn't even think he lost that much. I thought it was very close.
It was
a very close.
It was very close.
Fight.
I'm just.
I completely disagree.
I think Virgil gonna surprise us. Man. Yeah.
You always like Virgil.
But Fundora, isn't he supposed to fight Crawford or Spence?
Yeah, more over Spence. They were saying.
So Crawford said he's gonna become undisputed in the 3rd weight class, which is gonna be the most incredible thing we ever seen in the world.
Right, he did say that.
He says he's gonna fight Madrimov because he has a belt. And after he fights Madrimov, if Fundora does not fight him, he automatically gets the WBC.
So he has 2 belts.
Right?
Uh-huh.
And then he's going to go fight. Who else is a belt?
At 154?
At 154.
Fundora has 2, no?
He said 3 fights. Him.
Maybe
Fedora has 2.
one of them's
Fedora has
vacant.
2. So
That's what I said, yeah.
So
One of
Fedora
them's
has
vacant, I think.
WBO in that one. This kid had WBA and the IBF 154. Who the hell
I
has
think it's
that?
vacant. I don't think anybody has.
He needs one more fight.
One more fight.
And then after that, he'll be undisputed in 3-weight class. He'll be the greatest fighter ever to live Earth.
Go
on Earth.
Bud!
Right.
Undeniable at that point.
Yeah, he's a badass.
But there is this one thing,
What
which
is
is
that?
also why I don't like these heavyweight fights.
Okay.
Another undisputed bout. It's just like, I don't know. Let's just disperse them like the Dragon Balls sometimes and just get all the belts away from everybody and make people collect them one by one.
Yeah.
Because it's too many undisputed fights. I'm getting upset now.
Why? We
I
wanted that
turn
for
around-
years, though.
I didn't. I
No?
never wanted that. No. Or just a
want 4
regular
champs?
old world champion was cool with me.
Okay.
But now it's like there's like 6 undisputed world champions in the last 10 years. Like that doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, guys started just like kind of, winning them.
Jordan,
Hey,
look,
guys like him. Yeah.
You see, and I didn't want to disrespect him. I'm not gonna disrespect because he's a warrior and he beat the dog stuff out of Teofimo for most of that fight. But it's like, come on.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the monster?
And then it's annoying how somebody has it, and then if somebody beats them, then they're automatically undisputed.
Oh, I just
that's a little
Like,
easy,
what?
right?
Like,
That's not fair.
That guy had to collect all of them, and you took 3 of them from that guy. This guy just had 1 fight, and this other guy just beat you. Now,
Which is why
three.
Canelo is such a badass, isn't he? Because he picked
That
up
he
everyone,
did do.
didn't he?
That he did do. He
Yeah.
did pick
Huh?
up everyone.
Is-
He picked up all the belts. He's saying.
Does that? I have a question
they-
for you, Justin. Does that put Canelo on the Mount Rushmore of boxing?
Absolutely. Look, man, I'm not mad. I would love to have.
What would he
Canelo-
have to do just to be in?
Yeah, what would
Mount Rushmore?
for you to go? He's number 1 pound for pound.
And
He's
to beat Bud, what do you have to do?
admit that the Kovalev fight was fake? So just we rehearsed it. You can clearly see. Kovalev
I like that
put his
one.
chin out
I like that
this.
one.
I threw it. If you watch, Kovalev took a selfie with him on the way to the ring. He's
right.
He's like, I'm getting paid. And then afterwards, he was smiling. I never saw a guy get knocked out and be smiling. Hey, look, man. Good
And they were
fight.
shaking hands before the fight and
And
everything. And do you
after.
see how he jabs him? Kovalev is like a cruiserweight.
Kovalev-
He was like that, like he was afraid to hurt him.
He's
Yeah.
broken faces with his jab. He's not
Right.
people out with his jab, man.
It remind me in the gym when they go, hey, man, let's just work today.
Right.
Let's
right.
work light.
And you know what? Canelo realized, Kovalev know how to work.
Right.
So they went in there and they just worked. Like, it's just work. You know what I mean?
Right.
Entertainment, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah, speaking of entertainment, we got July. Is it July 17th? Jake Paul against Iron Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
What's
We
up
can't
with that?
avoid this one. We can't avoid this.
What's
one.
I'm
going on
going to
there?
move from Brooklyn effective immediately.
Why is that?
This is going to look bad on
start
us,
rubbing
on
my
us,
neck
Bro-
like
on us,
this.
on us Brooklynites. Let me tell you something. If they offer me big money to fight Mike, would I fight Mike? Absolutely. Hit me up. But
Would you really fight Mike Tyson?
absolutely, for a certain amount of money, yes.
What if he hits you in the ribs?
I'd fight Letitia and my mother.
Let's go. Let's
How
go to
much-
hurt.
Her mom, nigga, this is a time to a lifetime, mom. Listen, defend yourself at all times. No, but I would work. You know what I mean? I'm look, Mike is a heavyweight. I'm not a heavyweight. But if I was a big, strong fighter,
I seen you boxing heavyweight though.
You see me boxing,
Yeah,
right?
I got video of you boxing a heavyweight.
I would work with, if I could hurt Mike, I would work with Mike. I wouldn't try to go in and knock him out. Jake Paul, like he did Nate Diaz, like he did Anderson Silva, he has no love for the
Not just Silver.
Silver. How he did that guy with the bad hip? What's his name? The MMA guy with the white boy with the bad hip. Askren. Like he is like
He was a good striker though.
huh?
Ben Askren was a good striker. He got hands.
He's a good
No, he sucked.
Yeah, I remember in school there was these kids going around knocking out senior citizens.
That's terrible.
That is Jake Paul. He
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
care. He hates senior citizens. I don't know why he hates senior citizens, but he want to knock them out. And he's gonna go in there and try to hurt Mike.
But hey, did you see how big he was? The press conference was yesterday,
Yeah.
somewhere in New York.
He's 230.
Why did we go?
We should have won. I didn't
We
even
shoulda
know.
won.
Because, it's like,
I can't be a
is
part
it
of
really
that.
a press conference?
I don't
You know, they're just like, it's like Jake is
Mike
trying.
is a spectacle.
He is. Now I hope
Mike is. You do want to see Mike as much as you
I hope
can.
Mike
That's
has
true.
one last one in him, and he goes in
When
there.
you
and
said
puts
one
his
last
paws.
one, like performance or one more lunatic act?
Also,
No,
let's put it
performance.
this way. If
He's not a lunatic, by the way, but like some,
Yeah.
if Mike Tyson,
Don't hurt me.
if Mike Tyson has, I'll put it this way: Mike Tyson has 3 good, high intensity rounds. He beats Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Just 3, of where he can be
Yeah.
do his thing. You know what I'm saying? And then hook. Maybe a good little jab every now and again. He beats Jake, because it's not like it's an impossible task. Tommy Fury did it.
Right.
You
I
know?
think the geometry of how he would attack Jake Paul. Jake Paul likes to jump out and circle around, right? And
Right.
Mike, have you seen? Did you watch him against Roy?
I did.
He comes in with the jab and he kind of like stumbles in and just swings his.
Yeah, that's what kind of worried
Then
me.
hooks you.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think he's gonna be able to really hit him.
And that was like 5 years ago they fought, no?
Something like
That
that.
was
4
during
years
the
ago.
pandemic.
Yeah.
That's what worries me too.
And he-
'Cause I definitely went back and watched the first like 30 seconds of that fight. I was like, yeah, this is.
But it also looked messed up. There was nobody in the crowd.
Yeah.
It looked terrible.
Philip.
What up?
Chris. Just let it go.
What?
I just let it go.
We all know what's gonna happen. That
3
day.
good rounds, Mike.
Here's
I believe
here's
in
what I
you,
think.
Mike.
Here's what I think. He's gonna set him up with a jab. He's gonna pin him to the ropes. He's gonna hit him on the hips, and he's gonna do that famous combination of his the right hook to the body and the right uppercut. His head will fly off, and he will hold it, and he will be victorious. That's what I think will happen.
I hope that happens.
I see it. I see
And you
it.
know what? I hope.
It's like, and
I
then
hope-
and then Mike Tyson woke up.
You know the combination I'm talking about,
I
right?
hope-
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're about in 1999. I don't-
Right.
I hope. Listen. I don't want it to happen, but the only way that'll happen is if he got a praying grandmother. Because honestly, brother, I think listen, man, I think he's gonna have all the strength of white power in his right hand.
Oh, come on.
I think I'm keeping it real, man. I don't think he's like this kid is. He has a history of trying to hurt those type of people, man.
Right.
He's not playing. He's coming in serious. He gained all the weight, and he wants to be the one. Dude, I knocked down Mike. He
So
wants.
he's
He wants
bigger?
that I knocked down Mike Tyson
He wants
stuff.
to say that.
So he's
I think
bigger.
it's gonna backfire on him.
Because
backfire?
people like Dakota,
Yeah.
right? People like Dakota. People like our producer. They don't really.
Let's ask the producer. Don't even say. Yeah, ask her. Go ahead, ask her. Go ahead, ask her.
How old is Mike Tyson?
50.
Okay.
Not bad.
You would think Mike Tyson would probably whip the average boxer, right?
Yeah.
Right? He's ferocious, Mike Tyson, right? Mike Tyson is almost 60 years old.
57. Yeah.
57 years old, right? Jake Paul is 20-something years old.
He's my age.
Yes,
27.
Jake Paul, YouTube, like, a little twat, like, he's not really tough, but this is just a circle of life. You remember Rafiki?
Father Time, baby.
Rafiki from The Lion King. The circle of life, my child. You understand?
Yeah.
Mufasa.
This is the thing. A 60-year-old man cannot react to a 20-year-old or 30-year-old man's speed.
Usually.
But have you seen the clips though? Have you seen? Granted, they're edits. They put them together, but
Yeah.
come on, the speed is unreal.
Now you
it's
know what's messed up
blistering.
about that? That's old footage from the Roy Jones fight.
That's
You
what
think so?
somebody said.
No, it's debunked. That's all the new Mike footage. You see him looking great.
You think he's really got a cane? Walking around with a cane?
What did Darrell say? I just asked Darrell.
What did he say?
He just,
Smoking weed.
but he just. I asked him about the cane, and he said he didn't know about the sciatica.
It wouldn't
But-
surprise me.
Oh, he said he had the 2-strap shoes on. That's what he said.
What's that?
He had the senior citizen 2 straps on.
I ain't gonna
with
lie.
the Velcro. I was like, oh god.
Well, hold on. I'm not trying to like joke around. No, seriously. I'm like, I have so much
This is
respect.
not. He's
I have so
60
much
years
respect
old.
for
It's
my-
not a
but
joke.
But
He's really
bro,
60.
bro, it's been a lot of upsets, bro. It's a lot of reverse ass whoopings lately, haven't it?
It has.
Not
Like
just
everybody I
that.
thought was gonna win getting beat up.
Let's not forget Iron Mike, Kid Dynamite. He was the youngest heavyweight champion. He beat all the odds then. He can beat
did.
him now.
Yeah, man.
I think, you know what? I predict.
we
I
need
think
this
he's
one for the hood. We need
Yes.
this one for. This is like I'm gonna be so mad when he knocked out Nate Robinson. I was so mad. I was like, Nate, like, come on, this doesn't look right, Nate. We all want to say what it is while we're mad, but I don't like. He keeps like you know, Jake. What I tell Jake, like, go beat up a white hero, man. Like, who's a white hero that you can go beat
Ben
up?
Askren.
No, not like a real. Who's a white like you
Oh, a
know who?
hero?
Like Clint Eastwood or someone.
Chuck
Like,
Norris.
don't knock Chuck Norris out or something. Stop beating up black, like our black
versus
heroes.
Why
Norris.
doesn't he want that Conor smoke? Connor's been trying to fight him.
He's been trying to fight Conor for a long time.
Connor's not getting hit
actually.
with that. He's bigger than Conor.
Yeah, Connor's 150. He's
50
probably like now
pounds.
He's
170,
180 and he's,
now.
you
But
know,
now
he's
he
full
used
of
to-
whiskey.
He
You
used
know.
to fight at
man.
155, man.
Yeah.
And Conor don't really know how to fight like that either. Like box, really.
He's got a head movement though.
Yeah, but that big kid will hit him,
Good
man.
left
You
hand.
know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Good
Yeah.
left
So
hand.
we can't like. One last thing, man. I'm gonna tap in with you before we go.
Okay.
Inoue. I looked on Ring Magazine. Inoue, love him.
Yeah.
Japanese. All
Uh-huh.
the champions in flyweight are from Japan. He's doing this thing. He has a tough outing in the last fight, right?
Mhm.
Gets dropped, gets up, kicks ass. But then I see someone, hey, Ring Magazine have officially announced that Inoue is the pound for pound #1 fighter.
No
I
way,
was like,
Jose.
Based on
dang.
what?
No way, Jose.
Then Bob Arum
No way.
goes, Inoue is not only the best fighter right now, but he's the best fighter I've ever seen.
Ever.
But he always says that.
Ever. Didn't he say that about Lomachenko?
He
too?
says that about everybody. He said it about Pacquiao. He said, I promoted them all. Leonard, Ali. This guy is the absolute best since all of them. Here comes the next guy and he says, all right, I really mean it this time. Come on.
Honestly, too, like, who's to say he remembers? He's like almost 90.
He's pretty sharp.
He's sharp, man. That guy
He's
knows
sharp.
what's
He's
going
not.
on.
He's going strong. But still, and he remembers. He remembers.
I mean, I think Inoue is great, but the best fighter you've already. He's 30 years old, best fighter you've
He's
ever
done a lot,
seen.
though, already.
You had
He's
Floyd
done a
Mayweather,
lot.
you had Pacquiao, you had Lomachenko,
Yeah.
you had Muhammad Ali,
Yeah.
you had like
Terence Crawford.
Terence Crawford, and this guy.
He said him. He's the one. Best he's
Well,
ever
you got to
seen.
think about it. Those people over at Ring Magazine, they're always trying to find some foreigner
They are. That's
to
true.
put at the top.
What is that about? Do you know what that's about?
Of course, we know what it's about. You know what time it is. It's. I shouldn't say that, but you know what time it is.
It's funny he says that too because that last fight, anyway, I love Inoue. He got dropped so bad, he spun around. Like it was bad in the first round.
Monster got knocked down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bad man. Like
But
he tried.
he's-
It was uppercut from it was inside, but he tried to throw a right hook after it, and the guy. It looked so funny. The guy threw a left hook, and he sent him flying this way. He turned around, fell on the ground, and I laughed.
What happened? How do you respond? Did he get back up?
He got up in the next 6 rounds, knocked the guy out completely.
Well,
bad.
see, these-
One of his
these-
worst knockouts ever.
These guys are real big from Japan. They're real big on honor. He'd
Yeah, they're not
rather
gonna
throw a
quit,
fucking
for sure.
sword through
Yeah,
his
he almost
midsection
killed-
before he
got
would give up.
He got up and almost killed him. It was
Right.
like
He
it was like
destroyed
a
him. He
crazy
destroyed
uppercut, right hand, just
Right.
super athletic, and like the guy's head popped back, and like
Nobody's a good fighter.
he's a
But
great
Floyd's
fighter.
never been dropped.
Huh?
Neither has Terence officially never been dropped.
Right.
So when
Yeah.
you call this guy the best fighter ever, and he just got dropped in his last fight,
I mean, they're just fascinated with the thing. It's obviously Terence Crawford. It's obviously
Inoue.
Obviously.
I want to see Inoue fight in America and take drug testing.
that's what they're
Exactly.
saying.
Drug testing.
I don't agree with that
Floyd
though.
was messed up for that. Get that man.
I don't
his
agree that
flowers.
just because they fight out of country that it doesn't make their wins legitimate.
That's
Like,
true also.
His crowd is out there.
Yeah.
People in America don't. Really
He's a
know.
rock star over there.
He's the
Yeah.
man.
I have a friend.
If I wouldn't fight nowhere else neither.
Right.
Shit, I'll stay right there.
Yeah, why would he?
55,000 people in attendance. He had a guitar player come out. He had fire. They said it was better than Beyonce's Renaissance tour.
Really?
Yeah, people
Holy
are saying
shit.
they're like his stuff was more lit than Beyonce's Renaissance tour. He had fire, dancers,
Who said
guitar
that?
player.
Who said that,
It was crazy, man.
I call BS. Who said it?
Huh?
Who said it?
Huh? Everybody's saying it out there in Japan.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He's a rock star. Philip,
Yes.
thank you today.
Been
Thank
a
you.
pleasure, brother.
thank you for coming on the show, man. I hope you come back.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, you are
I'm always here.
amazing boxing mind. Hope
Really?
Chris didn't make you feel uncomfortable with anything he said.
Yeah, please let me
You
know.
know?
Nah, we good. We good.
Next time I won't be here.
My brother, thank you.
Thank you.
And guys, we're out. Drive safe.